Now, here's an interesting dimension of building a framework for a sales culture, but many people don't really think about it, but I want you to think about it. Do you want a stable sales culture or one that is adaptive? As part of your sales culture, you want do you want it to be stable? Do you want them to approach the market? Do you want more stability, or do you want something that's more adaptable? So let's walk through this whole thing slowly. If you have a sales team, right, and you want them to be more stable in their approach, you want them to be more procedural, have more processes, use a blueprint, use a plan, everything that ties back to an overall strategic plan of an organization. In other words, everything is planned out. This is how we're going to go. This is the direction we're going to launching. And if there are any changes in the market, well, guess what? We're going to first analyze it as a team, look at the reviews, and then create some analysis of things, right? Before we make any rash decisions. On the other side, we have the adaptive sales culture. This is a sales culture that basically changes according to what the market is really demanding. More flexibility, moves a lot quicker, more dynamic. And again, that's the plus side. The downside is it could be moving too fast, it's changing too often, and then we may lose sight of what we really want. There's nothing wrong with either one of them. It really depends on what you want for your company, for what your product is, what you have to put out there in the market. So think about it for yourself right now. Do you want to set up something where it's a little bit more stable, procedural, process oriented, ties back to the overall corporate strategy? And again, if changes happen, let's look at it, let's think about it, let's plan it, but not really acting too hastily. Or on the other side, maybe you want, a sales force rather, that really goes after the market. And if changes are occurring, and then we want to be able to know what those changes are. If we need to add features, add it. If we want to add more benefits, add it. Whatever is going to be needed, let's do that. Let's work on this fast. Right? We're going to adjust to what the market wants. The question for you right now is, what do you want as part of your sales culture? Stability or adaptability? I want you to write that down right now in your notes and start thinking about that. And how strongly do you really feel about that? And we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. Okay, so let's move on to the next video and let's get started.